All right,
I've seen you
so
people work.
Darius is leading it, so
Am I? I'm in charge.
But you arranged it. You're in charge.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Immaterial Gamers, weekly podcast. I hope it will be a weekly. If we do not fuck this one up.
yeah.
So today you have me, Darius. On my side there is Stefan.
The other side on this
Yo.
actual video.
And on the other corner is Terry.
There actually isn't another corner. I've hidden myself.
Yeah, there's only
you made it
you.
yourself.
There's only me and
Point
you
the opposite directions, guys.
and
You're
black
actually
space.
So we have the voice from the void.
actually here. Why don't I
We always have that voice from the
share
void.
my
It's
screen so you guys can actually see what I see? Just so you.
I'm not
I
sure
don't want to see what you. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Oh no! Don't do that! No! No!
What
No!
is
No!
the
There's...
stream?
I forgot that goes into that window. Okay, so let's.
So he's recording the. So this is fun. This is a good start.
All right.
This is staying in, Ryan.
Yeah, we got to keep this right.
Terry trying to be technical support failure.
I'm gonna leave it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Help!
I'll have it on again.
Help! I've made it worse. I've made it much worse. Stop streaming. No, stop streaming. Oh, okay. My brain doesn't hurt as much. Technical difficulties, but they must start. That could be the name of the podcast. Technical difficulties.
I'm sure we've had that before.
Or terrible
I
difficulties.
think so, we did.
Terrible difficulties because of Terry.
Terry's always been difficult.
Terryful difficulties. So back to the names. There's Darius, who is now on the left of this actual video, and Stefan, who's on the right of the video.
And he's playing Pokemon.
What else is new?
So, guys, how was your beginning of 2021?
It roughly seems a bit about the same as 2020.
What is the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the beginning instead. So, in other words, if you actually think of it, 2020 started off better than 2021.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
So, are we saying that we should finish it better than last year? Or should we
No,
finish
no.
it
I think 2021 should be put on hold until Corona's dealt with, and then that's it.
resume it?
Yeah, then we can go through a new year and start a year.
technically, yeah, like Stefan was saying, 2021 has started off much worse than 2020. Especially because a lot of places, Canada included, because we're so goddamn close to the States, we're actually doing the worst that we've ever done right now for coronavirus.
It's because you've been trumped.
I'm not quite sure about how the UK is doing, but I know you're not doing the greatest.
Is it going to be a prize?
You what?
You've been trumped.
Yeah.
You've been trumped.
To be...
After you say that, then Trump just pops out of a bush near your house and goes, "Hi!"
Yeah,
he's only
got like 10 more days in office.
You shouldn't even have that.
Right, guys, let's finish with the politics.
Yeah.
You started it.
I know. We like to get involved in these things, but no,
I don't like getting involved with politics.
We hate
Unless
politics.
So why you comment?
We hate
Unless
politics, but it's so big of a thing right now that everybody has to pretty much talk about it.
Talk about what?
He's already forgot. Ooh, shiny Pokemon.
Oh, Stefan, what have you played last week?
Wow.
Wow. Is it an answer or is it like a expression?
World of Warcraft.
Hey.
I've played a lot. I've not even completed the Battle of Azeroth yet. I can't even pronounce that right. But yeah, I've been playing WoW. I don't think we talked about it in the last podcast, so I'll talk about this one. Me, me, Terry, Day, and Duncan have started on a what do you call it? Genesis map for Ark.
Oh, Ark.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
the
There is a new update, wasn't it?
No, it's been out for a bit now.
there's a
Okay.
there's a new seasons pass for the Genesis that we all got. It's new to us. It's not exactly new. It's been out for a few months, but we decided we wanted to try it because it has a bit of a storyline to it. It has some missions and stuff like that.
There's not just beat the boss and then like ascend. It's literally there is a bit more of a story to it because of the glitches and everything else. So you're learning more about Ark itself.
Yeah, basically what he means by glitches is the story is the arc that we are in is corrupted and we have to try to go around and fix the glitches and do the missions to try to get better at it. And we found a random server to connect to, and it's a little overpowered the amount of resources and the amount of stats we get when we put everything in, but it's similar to what we would have made anyways, so it works out in our favor.
So more dinosaurs for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Terry's not seen the space whale yet.
Space whales. Nice.
Yep, space
That
whale.
sounds good.
Do we have a space whale?
I'm not taming a space whale.
I want to tame a space whale.
You go tame a
Have
space
we tamed a
whale.
turtle yet?
No, we haven't tamed a turtle yet.
I want a giant turtle that we could build
I've
a
been
base
busy breeding Argentagus.
on. Argentavis.
I don't give a damn anymore.
How about, do you want an otter?
The dinosaurs.
I don't want an otter.
Oh, wah!
I don't want an otter.
Look, he's saying it properly now.
What are you on about saying it properly?
The ongoing joke with Stefan is he used to say he wants an otter, but he said it so quick and without most of the syllables that it sounded like the song Disturbed.
He says without most of the syllables. What I take out is the T's.
Yeah.
I want an otter. I want an otter.
Wah!
I want an otter. Not otter. Otter.
Wah!
I want an otter.
Wah! All right, let's continue.
Let's
At least
move
I
on.
don't. At least I don't get beaten up by pebbles.
Pebbles?
Darius. Terry gets beaten up by pebbles.
I don't.
Don't you, Terry? Terry plays TFT. No,
Oh!
we're playing TFT here, and Terry gets beaten up by pebbles.
I played
And
I played a ranked game, I think last weekend.
You finally beat them.
No, I didn't kill one of them. It was so bad. I didn't kill one of the Krogs. Oh.
Hey, I want to know. We're all talking about game like things. What's his game failures, Darius? What's your
Yeah.
game?
What have you failed at?
What have you been failing at?
Well, I've been failing at
Yeah.
jumps in Cyberpunk.
I don't know anything about Cyberpunk, so I can't
I
comment.
was trying to climb something and I fall off. And then I did it again and again. And then I was like, screw it, I'm going down a different route.
Which you didn't know was probably a ladder right next to where he was trying to climb.
Probably. Yeah, so yeah, well, in terms of failing, yeah, apart from Cyberpunk, which I was playing last week and the week before and week before that, can't really think about anything like kind of like stupid failings because I've not been playing that much games recently.
I did.
But yeah, well, 2 nights ago I was playing a board game, Pandemic Legacy Season 2, and okay, we knew we already lost the game because well, cute.
Damn it! I just lost the game.
we run out the cubes, and we know that the next thing we gonna pull the disease card, it's gonna be a disaster. And I was like, okay, so we failed the game, so
Start.
let's at least do something which might help us in the
Craig just
future
left.
game.
Craig left.
And can you still retrieve the recording?
I can get the recordings done up to that point. There we go.
Now recording.
came back.
And oh, I was gonna say he's lit up, but he's not lit up anymore. So
You know, sometimes
be
he
okay.
doesn't light up.
no, if he stays lit up is when he's glitched, apparently.
Okay. So we need another clap sync. So clap, clap.
Clap, clap, clap.
Well, I
I didn't
seen the
get it.
clap, but I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear no clap. No, we're not hearing clap.
It's not close up to your microphone, apparently. We sort of heard that one.
I heard a puff.
Try one
Yeah,
more.
because I got the where is
There
it?
we go.
Broadcasting.
That one
Yeah,
is perfect.
There you go.
Screw him.
So, when the Craig left,
Pretty much your whole talking. So
Yeah,
pretty much start over.
you start from the beginning.
now, in terms of my failings in games,
I don't think it was that far.
yeah, it's
but...
well, just kind of like just small summary. 2 nights ago, I was playing Pandemic Legacy Season 2. And we already knew, me and my girlfriend, we already knew we lost the game. However, my point was, let's do something which might help us in the future games. And where her point of view was, no, we still can win it. We still can win it. And after I'm like arguing for 10 minutes what to do in the game, I just gave up, let her do her thing, and we lost without any.
I was so expecting to hear you won.
No, we haven't.
See, Stefan, I told you didn't brush your hair.
Yeah, leave me
I'll be
alone.
done.
You know what I just realized? Stefan has a Jack Black look to him.
Thank you.
So yeah, in regards what I've been playing for the last week, I would go with the Pandemic Legacy Season 2, which is a nice addition to the Pandemic games. It's kind of a new setup. It's definitely a new setup. It also have a new mechanics in the game, so it doesn't play out as the first Pandemic at all. It works kind of in a reverse. So the first Pandemic, or the standard game of Pandemic, you trying to prevent the cubes from the board. So
I have one question.
Yeah.
Why would you want to play Pandemic when we're playing it in real life already?
The first one I kind of finished in the middle of COVID, in the middle of the first lockdown.
So Pandemic is stopping you from playing Pandemic.
Yeah. So the second season I started playing to see how world can look like in the next 70 years.
Oh, so basically you're playing Pandemic to find out what COVID will be like in 70 years. Okay.
Yes. Basically that's the reason. So instead of like in the first game, you're trying to prevent the cubes to show on the map. In the second one, you're trying to make as much cubes on the map as possible because the cubes are resources. And it's kind of giving you a fresh idea, fresh approach for the game, which I do like. Terry, what's so funny?
You'll see when Chiz gets the video.
So yeah, that was my game for the last week. I kind of enjoying it. We are in the middle of it, in the middle of the campaign. And yeah, I'm looking forward to completing it within the next 2-3 weeks.
Okay, I'm not trusting Terry here.
Yeah, you really shouldn't.
What are you doing? What are you messing with?
You'll see when the video comes out. Sapphire's
I
gonna get a
feel
good
like
view.
it's probably just zoomed in on me going falling asleep.
Well, we will make a fun video of him one day, Stefan. We will. Mark my words. So, Terry, what have you been playing apart from Ark?
Played Ark, which we went through. I played a little bit of Kerbal Space Program again. I did actually a live stream that'll probably get released
Yeah, okay.
this week, somewhere around this video. Um,
Have you reached the moon?
I actually did with. I just decided to build a random craft. I landed on the moon, came back to Kerbal, landed on the side of a mountain, tumbled down the mountain until my craft exploded. But yeah,
I think landing on the mountain is a bad idea.
yeah, I didn't exactly get to choose where I came back. I came back at a weird angle, burnt all my fuel on my way in. Had just enough fuel to make sure I did a nice soft landing, but yeah, I landed on a pretty steep grade, and my landing gear wasn't wide enough to stop me from tumbling down. I tried to do everything I could. Actually, the main problem I had was I actually ran out of electric charge. So I couldn't control, like I couldn't use the reaction wheels to try to keep myself standing up on the hill. So basically, when I landed, I was just at the grace of gravity, and gravity definitely won. At one point,
Yeah.
after most of my craft exploded, the pod where my Kerbals were in survived and was rolling down the mountain on its side. It was like, I was actually excited because I thought it might just keep rolling down the hill, but then it accelerated to a certain speed and just went poof.
Oh.
But it was sandbox. It wasn't like I was playing story mode or anything where where I'll lose my Kerbals and all the money for the craft and everything. I was just having some fun.
No,
But
you know when them Kerbal families start suing you for killing their family members.
The problem was with the live stream, I'm kind of annoyed at. I forgot that I activated my push to talk on OBS, and I didn't talk through that whole video. It was just a silent video of me playing the game. But
I need to speak to Ryan about this.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. I've got a perfect thing for it. I've got plans for this video now.
Is someone else gonna talk over it now?
No, no one's gonna talk over it.
Oh.
There will be just sounds of farts, vomits.
Random noises.
No, you'll find out. I just need to.
That's it. I gotta put Jack Black's face over Stefan again.
I need to. So that's what you've been doing.
Literally, I have it when I brought it into the video. It's like the exact right size to go over top of your face, but you've moved slightly to your left. So, yeah, I just popped it up over your face and then hit it. But yeah, it actually does look almost exactly like you, and I think people in the video will agree.
Just jealous because I look famous.
Yes.
You're just jealous because I look better than you.
Probably yes, that's true.
I wouldn't say better than me.
Even I am looking better than him.
Hey.
Well, you're a disembodied voice. How can we get any better?
I am all of this black space around you. That's what I am.
You're all the black space. So in other words, you're that fat.
Black lives matter, okay?
Yeah, that's why my room's really dark.
It's not right now. It's actually quite bright. Whatever your screen is right now, it's very bright. So yeah.
So guys, did you know that in UK the gaming market has exceeded £4 billion in the last year?
Just because no one could go out in the last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It apparently went up of where was it?
It's gone up by like 200%.
The digital sales went up by 22.8% from the previous year, so 2019. So basically, 22% of people were buying more digitally than in the previous year, which explains that the fact you were not able to go to shop to buy the physical games, isn't it? And that high rise in the revenues, which is kind of like mind-boggling. Can you imagine earning £4 billion?
I wish.
Yeah, can definitely buy a lot of PCs for that.
Yeah, I think we'd be able to build an empire off that.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, a small empire. Yeah, and then conquer the world.
Immaterial gamers will
So we
own
can
the
have,
world. Or at least
so
get
we
rid of
can have
Trump.
everything.
I had to put that in there.
What?
Or at least get rid of Trump.
Yeah, that should be enough, or at least very close. I'm not sure how much he got.
I've seen a interesting gaming video on TikTok, the famous TikTok. It's what not to do, or rule number 1 of Rust. It's not a game that I play, but it's a game that I was sort of looking into a while back when it came out, which is basically it's a sort of survival game. If I'm not mistaken, there's zombies. It's sort of a PvP/PvE survival game. So basically the video, it's only a few seconds long, but the video starts out, a guy runs out of his house and apologizes to another player, says, sorry, I didn't mean to shoot at you, I'm friendly now, can I just have my gun back? And the guy's like, no, because you'll shoot at me again. So he's like, no, you can take the bullets, just let me have my gun back. He was like, fine, grabs the bullets, he's like, stay where you are. The guy runs up to the guy who's being nice and giving back his gun, shoots him in the face, and then takes all of that guy's stuff. And it's like rule of number 1 of Rust: don't trust anybody.
It being Trump.
He did get trumped.
All I'm gonna say there is all that person's learned is a thing you all learn very quickly when playing with me.
Yeah. Kill him before
Don't
you
trust
can get
anyone in any game.
killed. Kill Stefan before he can start to kill you. Don't let him get a weapon that's powerful enough to kill you.
But what you don't know by this point, I've already made the best weapon. I'm like, dun 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 dun. When should I strike?
Or you've made a trap of some sort already, especially in Minecraft. Either a hidden room where you can go run away and never be found, or a trap or something.
You're just jealous.
Always.
What
Cause
are you guys looking for
Dracula.
in this year?
What's what?
What are you guys looking for in this year? I'm looking forward to buy PlayStation 5, to be honest. If it ever show up.
I'm not even sure about the PS5 or any of the Xbox or anything. I just can't be bothered with console gaming. I really can't.
I would love to upgrade my computer.
See, I understand it from everyone's point of console gaming to PC gaming. I play a lot of my games online with you lot, or I play a solo game. If I was gonna have, let's say, people over, which to be honest, I probably could quite easily have people over, but it's not like I can have people over and we can all be in the living room or something like that because I have parents.
Reason.
They live here. They live here as well. It's not like it's not like you. To be honest, Terry and that they have people who come over. They play stuff on their like home TV.
Well, we have 2 living rooms at my place.
Yeah, and don't your mum also join in and play games with you sometimes?
It depends on the game. If we're playing like Mario Party or something, she'd play.
See,
Mario Kart.
my mum and dad, my dad will probably play Mario Kart, but only if you're playing on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
And that's only because that gives them a better chance against everyone else but me.
Yeah, well, I've been there, I've done that. Was fun. Even though I was losing every single race, so
It's not even the race you have to look out with; it's the battles.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I want to upgrade my PlayStation 4 is, well, before, let's go back like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was like debating to buy PlayStation 4 Pro just to have the HDR and 4K TV input,
See, but
output,
then
output.
you have
So
the
that was
other
my
thing
that
is
was,
you play party games on the PlayStation 4, so you'll still have them party games on the PlayStation 5.
yes.
See,
You do.
again, this is another benefit of a thing of if you have people that come over on a regular basis, or you have people come over every few weeks or whatever. Consoles are probably better than the PC.
Yeah, console gaming is more of a if you
Group
have
thing.
if you have people coming over. Like you can play consoles by yourself on the internet, but I'd rather do that on a computer. It's a
Yeah.
little bit easier.
Definitely, I agree. But also, why I want to have PlayStation 5 is for the exclusives.
Yeah, I hate that they do exclusives, but I understand why. It's a
Yeah,
marketing.
it's a bad model of, well, for us, for customers, it's a bad model. However, there is no other way, and I really like the game which is produced only on that console. I will buy the console.
You see, with me, with that, there's like one game, and it's like to me that's still not worth it. It's one game that's like so exclusive to it. It's like, but if I give it a few years, it probably won't be exclusive to it anymore. That's the other better thing that happens with that.
Which game are you talking about?
At this point, I'm not even sure because I don't even know what games are coming out for the PlayStation 5.
Oh, right, okay. No, well, at this moment, yes, I do agree that there is not much of the exclusive titles for PlayStation 5, and the ones which are not really like in my interest anyway.
Aren't they still getting the exclusive? They've got exclusive to Spider-Man, aren't they?
Yes.
See that game I won't mind playing, but again, it's not something I'm going to go out of my way for just to do that.
Yes, well, yeah.
My PlayStation 4 basically became a glorified Netflix player.
And Jet Engine.
Yeah, most people's PS4s turned into a jet engine, to be honest. I believe.
Yeah.
Now, on that note,
Terry's like, I didn't even got a PS4. I didn't get a jet engine. That's
Nope.
not fair.
I'm just surprised that my old computer keeps chugging along.
From what I hear, the PlayStation sounds worse than what Sapphire's computer is sounding like at this minute.
Hers makes weird noises occasionally, but I think it just needs to be
The,
cleaned out.
the PlayStation used to go.
No, hers just goes.
that's a hard drive, probably.
I think it's a fan, actually. I really hope it's not her hard drive. If it's her hard drive, that's a big problem.
Maybe it's both.
A little bit of quiz for you guys.
You got
So,
a quiz.
21 is here right now. Which kind of trends in video game industry are you think will take off? I will read 10 of the propositions, and I think one by one we can shortly, briefly discuss them. And at the end,
Come
I
on,
would
then.
like us to agree on two, let's say two of them, which we hope will lift off, and two which better they will not exist at all. So the first one is by, well, this is the article by Games Radar. Sorry, I was looking on a different thing. And they saying that in this year the retro hardware revival will continues. So basically, we will see well a new tech with old designs. So let's say for us, old Nintendo's handheld thingies. Do you guys think that will be a thing?
Do they mean
To have
Wait,
the
well,
old
yeah, it's
Game
about.
Boy? Yeah, the old Game Boy will come to life again, for example.
Are you talking about like handheld, like
No,
gaming?
I'm talking like in general. For example, a SNES or a Game Boy Color, or the old Xbox or things like that.
A lot of people are doing, bringing those
see,
back, and
SNESes and things like that. They are coming back, and to be
Yes,
honest,
they
they have been for a bit. I
but they're
can't
not
see
gonna
it.
be
They're
big.
not going to go be big. It's going to be aimed at generations either our age or slightly older who played them consoles. It
Yeah.
won't.
Oh.
I can't see it getting much out of that unless, let's say, people who are that age who have families.
Yeah, it's more
After
targeted
that,
for. It's targeted for the people that today's gaming is getting too advanced for, and
Yeah.
they can't keep up with. They want a much more
they
simple,
want that. I forgot what the name is
primitive,
for.
almost.
No, let's say they want to play the old classic games that they used to play. The nostalgia.
Primitive.
Yeah.
No, it's for people who want the
They want-
nostalgia of the
yes.
old games.
I agree.
Let's think of it. As soon as you become 50, Terry, and let's say they have the PlayStation 18 and the Xbox 25,000, because Xbox can't count, you're going to be sat there and go, I wish I could just play like this Ark game, which we played like
Yeah.
30
definitely.
years ago.
No. I'll be wanting to play Minerals.
Yeah. You play Minerals, I play
Oh, that was
Tetris.
something.
I still can't
next
believe
thing-
Tetris actually come back, to be honest.
And the next thing is the next generation open world, which would be kind of include a mass of more fast open worlds with completely no loading times and no more, those tiny corners for which you have to squeeze to let the game to load next level. So all about that.
I see that. Like, look at Grand Theft Auto. Like it really pushed the open world concept of no loading screens and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then look how long it takes you to load into it in general.
Yeah, loading simulator. But
you spend
Yeah,
most
the
of your
initial-
time.
I think that the problem was and still is the initial load time, isn't it, to load all
Yeah.
the data?
only
But
on
with
online.
the new SSDs, I think that can be done with a little bit of tweaking on the hardware and on the software.
See, you're gonna say that, but what they're also gonna do at the exact same time is make it more.
More complex. Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
gonna put more detail in it. They're gonna do a list to
the
it to make
faster
you
everything gets, the more they add to
Yeah.
like to
to
because they
keep
can
it at a
pull
certain
more
speed.
data faster. They increase the amount of data that you're going to need, and they increase the
That's what I'm
quality.
thinking as well.
Yeah,
So in other words,
it's a
in other
never-ending
words,
cycle.
GTA 72 will still be a loading simulator.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the same thing which will happen. And instead of like increasing the size of it, they
See,
will even shrink
what-
it, but
For
add more details to it.
open world things, the games I can see that would and are at this moment and have been for the last few years benefiting from this will be things like World of Warcraft, because that still has that. The only time you ever load another screen up is when you go into a whole another patch or a whole different region.
Mhm.
Warframe's already got its open end maps, and they're trying to bring one out for each planet. By the way, this is going.
Nice.
And these are games that aren't going to change their name. They're not going to be WoW 72 in, let's say, 20 odd years. Or
No, they will
Warframe.
just be upgraded to the next generation. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Warframe just keeps adding more to it. It's a bit like League of Legends and stuff like that. But open world games, I can see open world games will get bigger.
I think.
They will get more once everyone starts going to VR.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think open world's gonna become really big with VR.
Yeah.
Once everybody has a VR system in their house, whether it's through their computer, through a console, that's when all these open worlds are going to become big like really,
Oh.
really big because
The
people can escape. They can go into it
the
and
only-
escape into a world.
only part where you then have to wait until you can just plug your head into it.
Yeah, Matrix.
Matrix.
Plug and play.
I know,
To get
I know
out of
they
the game, do you want the blue pill or the red pill?
Which one doesn't kill me?
They both kill
Yeah,
you.
this one is-
There's one in real life and one in the game.
And I can't remember
A
which one's
resurgence
which.
of true horror gaming, guys. Do you think with the new generation of consoles and new graphic cards, etc., we will see more horror games?
Yes.
More
definitely.
horror games? No, I think that you'll still
Yes.
see the same number of horror games that you do nowadays.
Exactly.
I still think you're still
But-
going to get your Resident
Actually,
Evils, your anything down them lines. Like
they're
there is some new ones like the Simulacra thing that me and Ryan and that
mean,
play.
yeah, but like there's still like
in general.
a low percentage of
Yeah.
horror games.
They're going to stay. They're still going to stay a low percent. Open world will just crush that.
'Cause I
Unless
don't
it
think
becomes
the
an
new
open world
graphics
horror.
I don't think that the new graphics will improve on that level where still looking at the monitor on the screen,
With
it
ray
will look
tracing,
much more creepier.
with
See-
ray tracing,
Yeah, with the ray tracing, okay, it
that
might
does
do
change
a
a
little
lot
bit
because
more.
ray tracing really gives you that depth. Ray tracing
You've also,
really gives
you've
you like
also-
seeing around corners, like the way the light, like if there's someone in another room and they walk past a light, you really
But
see
still,
the
I
shadow.
don't think we will see more than we've
And
already seen.
No, I think it'll probably stay around the same number. But again,
Yeah.
I think just like open world games, we'll probably see a bigger impulse. We'll probably see a bigger impact once VR becomes more norm.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh
VR
yeah,
will.
definitely. I do agree that the horror games have to be aimed for the VR.
Yeah, you have to
Because
immerse
that's
yourself in the
where-
game.
Yes, that's where you immerse yourself fully and you can really get scared. And that's, I think that's the point of horror games, to get scared.
But then if it's anything like any horror film, you might as well sit there and laugh your head off.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get scared of horror movies at all. But
See,
I cannot play Amnesia at all. Like I will not
See,
play it.
I-
It creeps me the hell out, right down to the core.
there's only horror films and everything else I can do, horror games I can do. The only things that ever get me in any of these games are the things that are meant to be when you get them random jump scares. And it'll be like, oh,
Yeah,
crap,
jump
you
scares always
bastards.
get everybody. Like that's just
that'd be the only thing I get. But the only one that I'm ever gonna find creepy, especially with films, and if they made a game like that, I'll find it even worse. Paranormal Activity. Because of the way that film is filmed on the standard hand digital cameras that you can buy anywhere and everything, or on phones or on laptops, that whole film, the whole franchise
Witch
of that film,
Project?
the film just creeps me out completely. No, the Blair Witch Project doesn't actually do it that much for me. It's just a Paranormal Activity. It just I've watched all of them, and it's just I find them the most creepiest thing ever because of the way they're recorded.
Hmm.
And it's not the fact that the films themselves are pretty bad, but they are creepy just because of the way they're recorded. Because it's the way anyone and everyone would record, and that's probably the only bit of it that makes it feel creepy to me. I feel really output from them films. Just the Paranormal Activity, just that whole franchise of it. But general horror film, I've sat there and watched 23. The Room 23, is it? I'm pretty sure it's Room 23. And I sat there and laughed all the way through that film.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. I might as well be watching Scream or something like that.
That was cool.
And to be honest, I laughed through that. I've laughed through quite a few horror films and that. But
Yeah, me as well.
it comes to the point of I think the older horror films are better than the newer ones. They didn't try that much, but they look more sickening.
Yeah, now they go for too much like
Now they go for
realistic
too
feel.
much scare
Or
than
too much
over
realism.
yeah. than just that looks gross, that looks sick, that makes just looking at that makes me want to vomit. While in this now it's like, oh look, some guy
They
with
try, yeah. Now all the horror movies try to make you think it's real. Where, yeah,
I'd rather
before it was-
happily watch a fake eye being sliced open and fake blood come out of it. It looks more creepier than oh look, a CGI that's eye that's been cut into it and the CGI blood coming out of it, because it's just that thingy to tell. It's like you can sit there and watch a film and you can go, that's CGI. That's not. That is.
Yes.
I've not seen a film yet that blends CGI in that well with real life stuff.
Yeah.
That you can't notice it. It's like watching cartoons and all this shit, and you can tell when a lamp's meant to move in a scene because that lamp looks weird. I love that I'm pointing slightly off into my camera where you can't see it. It's like you see a lamp
I thought you
stuck
were
there.
pointing at Darius.
No, if Darius is there, then I'm pointing at Darius.
Pointing at
On my
Darius.
screen, I'm pointing into the ether.
Next topic, the Age of Anti-Realism. So it's a movement where on one end we have that high-end graphics going for our lifelike graphics, right? But on the other hand, we have those, pixelated
Borderland
graphics
style.
from and pixel shade and self shading and other techniques which are opposite to the realism. Do you guys think this
Yes, I
is
think it
something
is.
to have an eye on?
I think it is because a lot of people like that cartoony look. They like to feel like they're in control of something rather than immersing fully. They want to sort of control it.
I still
Get that
think
separation.
I think it'll be on the fence for this.
Speaking of,
because there's games which I play for the realistic of it, and then there's games I play just because of how messed up it is, like Borderlands, but then you've got the realistic of GTA.
Can we reverse for 1 second about the whole creepy and scary thing? And if you
Yeah.
look at the left side of Stefan's screen, does it not look like there's a person with a beard, like a weird chin
There.
right there? Yeah. Well, just down a little bit. It looks like he's staring straight at you there.
To be honest, there's a bit like there's
Yes.
there's
Where your
that there,
pen is just there.
that shadow there. That
Yeah.
kind of looks like one of them Easter egg heads,
Yeah.
shadow type thing. It's like ooga booga.
Yeah.
Some reason I've took out part of his nose by the looks of it, because
Yeah,
look, there's
he has
his
no
mouth
nose.
here. His mouth's about there.
Yeah. His nose
He's
is very
like-
short.
There's like his forehead there with his eyes.
Well, his eyes
and
are
his
just
nose-
below your mouth.
His nose should have been about here.
Yeah. The
And then he's
tiki
got
god.
then he's got like one of them chins that you see with the Tutankhamun, where they've had like
Yeah.
a beard that's weirdly pointed.
Weirdly pointed and gelled.
What is that anyway? Oh, it's just a pile of crap that's over there. Basically clothes.
It does kind of look like a person's head. It's
See,
just,
it's a thing in my room of not all my storage for my clothes is in my room, but when stuff get washed and that, it just gets put straight into my room. I have drawers and that in another room down the corridor, and because everything gets stored in here, I just pick it off my bed and put it on the side.
he likes
and
a
that's
messy
what-
room.
That's
That's all.
convenient.
It's just where it stays. I just can't be bothered.
He likes a messy room.
If someone's gonna bring it up, at least put it in the room or somewhere it's meant to go. I also want to get rid of the wardrobe, and there's like a inbuilt cupboard thing there, and I want to kind of alter that so most of my stuff will fit in
I
that
believe
cupboard.
that's called a closet.
You say that it hasn't.
Depends where you are.
Yeah. But yeah, most things are closets, but it's basically a cupboard.
All right. Next topic.
No, we're still on the same topic of the realistic to fantasy type thing.
Oh yeah, I
basically.
guess I was the only one that really
Yeah.
talked about that.
You're the one who took it back because of the face that's there.
I'm
Look,
sorry.
I'm picking his nose.
In my opinion, I don't really think in 2021 we will see this kind of anti-realism left off because they will try to show off the next gen graphic a bit more. So I think
I can still see it being on the fence.
Kind of stay with next gen, and this anti-realism might lift off after a year or two.
You can still show off graphics with this anti-realism.
Yeah, but I can still see it being on the fence. I can see this whole thing of trying to make a game look as realistic as possible, and then to make it look as daft as possible. It's always just gonna be there because you have everyone who goes in both slots. You do not have anyone who just goes for realistic games. You have someone who goes for both. You don't have anyone who just sits there. Everyone is basically on the fence. To me, everyone is on the fence for that type of thing. No one is realistic. No one is just, I play fantasy games. Okay, you play fantasy games, but at the end of the day, what realistic part is in that fantasy game? I walk around with a sword, so in other words, you're medieval. You might as well be a medieval finger. And then people also have to remember, not every game they think is fantasy or non-realistic. Like the samurai games where the guy's half... What's that ninja game or samurai game that's out currently?
Devil May Cry?
No, where the guy's got like a robot hand or something.
Next question.
But that, you think of that is based on historic... That is actually quite historically accurate, apart from the robotic arms and some of the robotic...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not after the whole story. I'm just...
You will always get that blend. No,
I'm on the artistic side at the moment of it.
The whole artistic side, it will be on the fence, all the way through on the fence.
Okay,
if they try making one bigger, what you'll tend to find is that's become so big that people have stopped playing them, and the other one will then gather more momentum.
Look at it this way.
It's about the balance, I would say.
Look at it this way. We play games like Ark, which were supposed to be like, when it first came out, it was all about, oh my god, we get to play with dinosaurs. So like very realistic, but obviously very historic. But we also play games like Borderlands, which is just cartoon, basically. All fake world, and it's obviously like there's characters behind it that are supposed to be human-like, but it's cartoony and silly, and everything's just everybody's joking. Even like the bad guys that are supposed to be serious have a lot of humor behind it. The whole world that they're basically in is very humorous. Whereas our real world is not humorous. Almost everything that happens in our real world is not humorous. So it's almost like the exact opposite.
It depends, because if you actually go with the way Borderlands is, it's not hilarious because the world's hilarious. It's because of everyone's outlook on that world.
Yeah.
So if we all had the similar type of outlook, a disaster happened, let's not get it down type thing, you probably find out the worlds could be quite similar.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no point of saying the graphic styles in the game. No, we're never going to have our real world look like Borderlands. If we do that, it'll be really weird and funny. But it's like all of us suddenly turning into Muppets. It's not going to change the way. It's not going to change the outlook of everyone on the planet. If everyone was completely insane, or everyone had the same type of mindset and just didn't let things get to them or anything else, you'll probably find out we probably all act like they do in Borderlands.
I'm a Muppet of a man.
We know you're a Muppet of a man, especially where it counts.
Okay, let's move on. We still have 6 to cover.
We've got 6 to cover. You know we've almost been on for an hour, right?
Yeah, we've got. That's what I was saying. Briefly for 10 of them.
All right, how would you just throw the topics out?
Extended reality gaming. So, do you, Stefan, remember that project which Minecraft was doing, like real life Minecraft thing?
Oh, do you mean Minecraft Pocket?
Yeah.
Oh no, Minecraft Earth. That was what it was called. Minecraft Earth,
Minecraft Earth.
which it's closing its servers down by this year.
Yes. So
Yes,
I think that idea will not lift off.
No, not with Minecraft. Pokemon, it still goes.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
it does. However, do you see this kind of like technology games to lift off? Have
if
like
they
more
tweak it a
and
little
more
bit,
of it
if they
See,
in
tweak
the
it a
next
little
year?
bit, they need
It
a little bit
it
of stuff.
depends on technology.
I
No,
would
what
say we will see the same amount of games in the next year.
I think.
We don't think there will be like a boom.
Oh no, there's not going to be a huge boom, but I
No.
think what they need to do is they need to give you the option to do some of the stuff without having to go out. Like they need to give you some options. Like really in Pokemon Go, all you can do when you're at home, unless you have a Pokestop or a gym right outside your house, is maybe catch a couple Pokemon that happen to spawn by your house. But most of the time, you're just going through cleaning out your bags,
Yeah.
trading your Pokemon in. Like, there's really nothing you can do in Pokemon Go if you're at home.
And depending on where you work and stuff like that, you also can't do anything.
Yeah. Some of the places that like I travel through the states, and some of the places I go are hotspots, and some of the places I go are totally dead. I'll be parked somewhere for the night, and I can't like even if I open the game, all I can do is go through my Pokemon and trade them to get some candies. That's
It's
all
not,
I can
but
do.
I'll give Pokemon Go its thing. It has been adding more places
It
to
has been, yes.
smaller areas. Like by me, I only ever used to have the one gym that was like across the road at a church. But now I've got one in the park behind me. I've got one down the road. I've got one further down that road. They are adding constantly more and more gyms and Pokestops. But no, I can't see more games coming out of it from where it already is. Because I
Yeah.
don't. What's happened to the Harry Potter version of it?
There is
It's still going.
but I don't think there is a
'Cause
lot of
It
avid
was.
players.
I've never heard it as big as like what
Pokemon
Pokemon
Go,
Go
no.
was or
No.
Minecraft Earth.
No.
Minecraft Earth was blown way out of proportion, and it was so terrible.
Yeah. Pokemon Go's got it sort of locked down. It's going to be like the World of Warcraft of open world RPGs. People are going to try the other ones, and then they're
Yeah.
going to go back.
See,
That's
the
way
other
it
one
is.
which I've noticed has made it out is the Jurassic Park version of it.
Yeah.
That one I have noticed more people play, and I've heard of more than the Minecraft Earth,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter one. I'm sure there's like other ones which
Definitely they are, but they are not as good and as big as the other.
Yeah,
it's like
let's-
Ingress. What happened to Ingress? Ingress is the one what started all this. Because Ingress is the one they're using the game data to make every single Pokestop and that on it. Because Ingress was the first game of this, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like a PV. It was like a RPG.
It was a hacking thing. It was meant to be everywhere. It's meant to be a cyber universe. Well, everywhere's cyber link type
Oh
thing.
yeah. I was thinking of a different one.
And you had the key points where you had to hack for your team. And then Pokemon Go got this. Basically, the same people who made that made Pokemon Go. They probably have used the same data for everything else. The only thing is, Minecraft Earth did not use any of that. Minecraft Earth basically where anything can spawn anywhere. Obviously, they have the restricted areas like airports, so they could highlight a certain area and go, nothing can spawn in this area. That is a real issue if you work at an airport, because nothing spawns from like a good mile from the airport, regardless if you're not on the runway or anything. I kind of feel sorry for the people who live at the end of runways.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get through these topics.
Right.
How about you just
Yeah.
Next topic.
power at the topics?
The return of co-op games. to be frank,
They've never
in the
really
life
gone
of
anywhere.
PlayStation 4, yes, in the last gen, that wasn't. I don't really recall any good co-op games which I was dying to play. Okay, there are a few games which I still have planning to play with, Usta, for example, but the co-ops where they're at, but they are not essential. If you know what I
See,
mean?
it depends on what you put as co-op game, because most co-op games have a single player.
Yeah,
Yes.
Borderlands, it
I-
was a co-op game with a single player in it.
the co-op game. I understand what
But
he's saying.
let's recall back to PlayStation 3. Left 4 Dead. That's a good game, isn't it?
They are bringing out one. The people that made Left 4 Dead are bringing out
Yes,
a
they
new
are.
version of it.
So yes, what I mean is what the article is about Return of the Co-op is we will see more co-op focus games
Yes, I
than
think
in
we
the previous
will.
generation. I would say yes.
I think we will because of how 2020 happened and everybody was stuck at home. A lot more people got into gaming. A lot of people
And
that
a
said
lot, yeah.
a lot of people that said they would never get into gaming have gotten into gaming, and I can see them wanting a connection, and co-op games really give you a connection with the people you're playing with.
Do you guys remember also those kind of like weird-ish Netflix movies where you have to
Oh, where
choose
you
the
do the
story?
stories.
Choose your adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that will be a thing next year? Well, this
No,
year.
I think that was a flop.
No, because they were terrible.
I don't think they can improve on that. Next one. That was a quick one.
Well, to be honest, we say they're terrible. Did any of us actually use them?
I did one. I did the
I
Bear
did
Grylls
one.
one.
But it was like I just preferred watching the actual thing. I think I maybe have done the Puss in Boots one.
I did the Bear Grylls one where he was surviving the wild.
I believe I did the Puss in Boot one where you kind of do the stuff. But again, they end up doing the thing. If you don't do the right thing, you basically see your story end, and then you go back to the last bit, and then you have to pick the right way. It's not a proper make your story.
Well, no, the one that I did, the surviving the wild, he would, if you chose the wrong way, he would basically show you what happens if you choose the wrong way, and it would change the story, but you always finally get back to the same position that you would have been at if you chose the right way. It just
Oh yeah, there's ones I've seen where they do the wrong way and then they do it the other way it was meant to be done. It was like, well, what was the point of that?
well, no.
What was the point of
What
letting
I
me
was
choose
saying
if you're just
is
gonna have that?
you get to choose to try to climb down a waterfall or try to cross the river. If you try to cross the river, you get swept up by the waterfall and you fall in, but you survive and you get down to the bottom of the waterfall and you get to the other side. So like it's like the same as if you had gone down if you told him to crawl down the rocks. Just he got swept away by the waterfall and you get the entertainment of watching him struggle and then fly off the edge of a waterfall.
Right, next one. What would you say if you will be playing the horror game, for example, on the PlayStation 5, and
Horror game?
together, let's say a horror game or another game.
Oh, horror game? I thought you
Yeah.
said Paro game. Like, what the fuck's a Paro
You don't
game?
want me to play a horror game. You heard
A
me scream
horror game.
earlier. You heard me
Should
scream
be a
earlier.
horror.
Don't make me play a horror game. You heard me scream earlier.
And you have your Alexa sync with PlayStation, as well as smart light around your house. So basically, when you play that game,
Oh, I can toggle your lights and
The,
make
the
random
better thing
noises.
is,
and the Alexa in the next room will start screaming.
yeah, the better thing is, you're talking about this. I've actually been looking at getting special LED TV lights
Yes.
that can go around your monitors, and then when you when lightning happens in the game, the same color light will come from behind
Yeah.
your monitor, so it looks
Yeah.
like it's on your wall.
Well,
I-
I'm trying to tell a broader idea of it.
Oh yeah,
Like
I know. I get
when
what
you
you
have
mean.
the
I
full smartphone and the whole house became a game.
See, gaming, I can't see that getting that big that quick.
No, neither do I.
That-
Great
I-
idea, though, but
I think
That's
if
more
it
for an
comes
escape
out,
room.
I don't think it will blow up. I think it
That's-
will be a slow, gradual build up, and then all of a sudden, boom, it'll be out
because
there. And
yeah,
That's
because
more of
no
an
one
escape room
already
thing.
have a smartphone, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically just doing escape room.
Yeah, like that's you go to an escape room for that. You don't want to piss off everybody else in your house because you're playing a game.
Again, this is be a game for people who like them type of things, who have people come over to do them things.
I guess.
This
yeah.
this is the whole thing of like console
But
gaming.
can you
again.
imagine you're at home and your wife's trying to watch TV and all of a sudden the Alexa in her room starts going, ah!
Do
But
you
yeah, I
guys
can't.
think that in the next year or two we'll see Cyberpunk theme? I'm not saying Cyberpunk game as its own like a theme, so we could see it in like Mad Max style movies, like a game basically.
Well, seeing that they already have Mad Max as games and films, I can't see them really getting that much bigger.
No, I think we are at the point
And-
where we already seen quite a few of those games.
And when you get things like
Outer Worlds, was it?
Cyberpunk,
So you've got we've got the Outer World, which is kind of like space-ish
but again-
cyberpunk.
again, all these games, as soon as they got released, what happened to them? Everyone bought them, and everyone became so disappointed with them and never picked it up for God knows how long again. Until what they promised the first time actually came in it. I think Outlands, that might be the exception to it. That was a full, complete game, promised everything it did it.
Outer Worlds, yeah.
I have to admit, I've not even completed the game yet. But then you've got things like other games like that Steam had, which was really big that everyone wanted. I'm going to see if I can remember what it's called. I'll find it before I do. And Terry, you ended up having it. You played it a lot with Matt, especially when when it actually did become 2-player.
Which game is this?
Space game type thing where you went to other planets.
There's lots of space games that you go to other planets.
Which you played, I think, was it Out of Rim? No, what Out of
There's
Rim?
like cyberpunk detective game.
Cool. There was
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. That was a game that came out like that, and that ruined itself
Yeah.
because
It
it
came out
was
too
like, we're
early.
going to have multiplayer and all the rest of it, and then it was like, no, you don't.
Yeah, No Man's Sky killed themselves by releasing too early.
And then Cyberpunk's done the same. This whole genre of game has basically just comes out, promises so much, and then fails to either deliver,
Yes.
or is, as I put it to Ryan and that on the other podcast, Cyberpunk is there. PC gamers love it because we're used to glitchy games, we're used to early access, we're used to all this. Console gamers will not have these games anymore.
And the last one to cover.
Yeah, go on.
So we agree that cyberpunk theme will not lift up as in.
I think it could if they start doing it right.
If they start doing it right, but not
If
next
they-
year.
Yeah, I can't see it being anytime soon.
So the last one is games as road movies. So it's about the games which you are not doing much. You are more like sitting in your chair, relaxing, enjoying the view, enjoying the art of the game, and having a quite deeper story to it, but delivered to you in slow pace.
Okay, I played some of these games. This will not make it big. This will not become a really big thing. This will stay within its leash because I can't say there is no gamers that play these. There definitely is gamers that mainly focus on these because what they do in work and what they do in life is hard, and I understand that for a few people will need things like that. Let's say you work for the NHS at this current point, you would love a game like that. If you played games and you worked for the NHS, you want a game where you could sit down, relax, chill. But again, it's too small of an audience that will go for games like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, from my perspective, I do like some of. I've played not many of them. The recent one was, don't remember even the title right now. But it was an enjoyable game. I liked the art of it. It was, you were on small ship, which you had to maintain. From time to time, you get to let's call it a port or a broken kind of house because the whole world was flooded.
You know what
And
the other thing is?
You have to open the doors, open the gates to get or do something else to move your ship back to the sea.
Do you know what the other thing is with that? A lot of them games that are like that, puzzle games.
Yes.
Escape room type games. It's anything of that.
For me, that's too much thinking in escape games. That kind of that games as a road, it's more towards
it's
where
not
you're just relaxing and doing something simple to just carry on with more views.
Again, you can get that with puzzle games. You can get simple puzzle games that are easy to do, which need not a high level of thinking about it. It's just needing that awareness of it. There's games I've seen YouTubers, streamers play, and it's like, I can't get past this bit. And it's like, well, if you paid attention like 2 minutes ago, you walked past a thing you could pick up and you could get past this.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you didn't notice it because you're overthinking it completely.
I think what Darius is trying to say is it's more the kind of game where you get home from work and you just load it up and you just want to slowly relax and calm down and wind down from work and your long day.
In other words, play Raft and keep it as a 4x4. Yeah. I mean a 2x2. Because the shark will not attack a 2x2 raft.
Will it not?
No. It's programmed for that. That means you can at least make the raft into something before it destroys it.
If you made like a 2x2 and then made a second floor, how big could the second floor be?
2x2.
Oh, it can't go any wider than the base?
It may be able to get one wider than the base.
Well, what if you made an upside down pyramid?
True, but then in that game, physics does work.
Does it?
After a bit, it literally does. I've seen people build weird ships in that game.
I don't think the boat would flip over, though. I think it would just be overpowered. But maybe once you start to build more blocks, then the shark can actually attack it.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe it's the whole thing of it only can have 4 blocks. If you build upwards, it probably goes, there's more than 4 blocks.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we'll be finishing our podcast today, guys. So that was me, Stefan, and my mind went blank. Sorry.
How dare you? How dare? I'm just kidding.
Terry no longer exists.
I'm the stream coordinator. Come on.
No, you're the live stream coordinator. Don't lie to yourself.
So, one more time. Guys, thank you for watching. This week was Terry, Stefan, and myself, Dariusz, for you.
And Jack Black.
We mostly talk about new trends in coming year and on point of view on them.
I'd like to point out we didn't do what you said we're gonna do.
Well, we can still do, if we have time. We can still pick up 2.
We'll bring it back up in the next podcast, and if Ryan, the editor, and all the rest of it, and whoever else listens to it, can have their opinion if they join in the next podcast.
Yeah,
so, all right.
I know who's winning it for me.
Well,
open world games are probably going to end up winning that.
Yeah.
They might do. Yeah.
Well, everybody,
we're going to do the vote.
Subscribe,
anyway, guys, thank you for
subscribe,
watching.
And
subscribe,
follow.
Like it, follow. What else?
Ring the bell.
If people want to add to their own vote to it, there'll be a vote thing just right here.
If we want more Jack Black, just send us some posts. We'll put more Jack Black pictures in.
I hate you. I really do. You know that.
It was awesome.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and please don't kill each other.
Unless you're doing it over Roomba.
Bye bye.
A
At
Roomba?
least it cleans up the mess.
Bye.
That was